Decision-making in classrooms should be based on data. In this strategy, one teach, one observe, one teacher acts as the primary teacher, while the other gathers specific observational information on student learning. In this presentation, the resident is the primary teacher and the mentor is the observer. But these roles can be switched depending on the topic or interests of the teachers.
The purpose of the One Teach, One Observe strategy is basically to gather information or data on a student or particular students while teaching to find the best practices the teacher needs to use to make sure that the student is engaged in understanding or learning. We collect data through their behaviors, how often they're on topic, how often they're not on topic.
This strategy allows teachers to better understand differences in student learning through careful observation of student behaviors or the learning environment. This strategy can also be used when one of the co-teachers is needing to gain specific information about their own teaching style or methods.
He'll do it one day and then I'll do it one day here and there just to see if he's struggling with a student more so than I'm struggling with a student, or if I'm struggling with a student more so than he's struggling with a student. Find different strategies or different ways that we have the student engage in our teaching strategies.
Some examples of possible data to collect would be a student's academic performance during a given lesson, or their behavioral and social skills while in the classroom.
We'll use ABC data, which is basically antecedents, behaviors, and consequences within the student, and how he is behaving towards another student. Also, the collecting data guides us into a better way to actually set the students in pairs or in groups, and it keeps them more on task and more off task depending on what student we pair them with. So the data collecting is actually quite amazing. It works very well for us.
What I did was I was observing my focus student and also another student who's an average student, just to get a comparison. And it was mostly on-task behavior that I was looking at. The specific student has a tendency to find distractions, and so I wanted to record how much on-task behavior there was so that I could report that to the team when we evaluate what we need to do to make that child successful.
The observer role can be switched between the two teachers in the co-taught classroom, depending on the purpose for the observation. This strategy is only meant to be used occasionally.
We want students to feel that it is an equal role, that we are both the teachers and not one more dominant than the other. And it's kind of nice to get a different perspective when you switch the observer role.